guys? So, a little bit different environment today. I've spent the last month and a half inside. I'm gonna go outside for once and spend some time outside, even though it's raining. I used to live in Washington, rains all the time there. So, MSK week 1 done. Oh, MSK course done. What am I saying? Week 1. That was a nightmare. So yeah, MSK musculoskeletal, first 6 weeks in medical school. Every 2 weeks we had a test. Just finished my last test on Friday. Been a holiday weekend, so obviously I've been trying to do some fun stuff. We went to Vegas for a little bit. That was pretty fun. And we would try to get one of those famous Las Vegas buffets like before we left. And it was like noon, 12 o'clock. And they were still serving breakfast. I was like, I am not paying 24 bucks for a breakfast. Not on my schedule. So we decided to go to Panda instead. Anyway, that was pretty fun. And did some running, did some exploring. Found a cool place where like you had to like crawl between 2 cracks. I don't know, if you're claustrophobic, not the place for you. Check this out. This is my hand. That is thin. I can't fit. Wait, I can't fit. That's crazy. Yeah, too fat. What are my feelings after my first medical school course? So when I first got into medical school, everyone kept saying MSK, they had to move it from middle of the year to first thing in the year because of some sort of way that professors had to work or whatever. Starting off the bat, hardest course, get ready for that. And I was like, flip, hardest course in medical school first thing? What are they trying to do? Scare me away or something? I don't know. But honestly, I am pretty glad that they had it first thing because they scared me into submission, I guess, or something. They scared me into studying, probably a better way to say that. Late nights and relatively early mornings, you know, not too early. I'm not much of a morning person. So whenever people go like walk around, oh yeah, I got up 5 o'clock this morning, ran 15 miles, and I studied for 2 hours. I'm like, that's not me. 5 a.m.? No bueno, I don't like it. I'm like, yeah, I've never studied so much in my entire life for MSK. Yeah, our last test, like I said, was on Friday for lower limb, your thigh, your leg, and your foot. And interesting enough, your leg is actually just your lower leg. So you're like your calf and stuff, that's your leg. Your thigh is everything above that. Now you know, be specific. And I haven't got my grades back for my practical, which is where you have like all the cadavers and you walk from body to body and identify stuff. I don't have my grade for that. But I felt pretty nervous coming out of my written. That's where they have like, you know, it's on a computer, multiple choice kind of deal. I felt pretty nervous about that because I didn't study nearly as hard as I did for the second test. But we also didn't have a break between tests, so I don't know, I think I might have got burned out a little bit. But I did alright. So that was lucky break right there. Holy cow. Man, whew, pure luck on some of those questions. Honestly. Hey, you know, do your best you can and hopefully it works out. I'm glad we did one of the hardest courses first to get our feet really wet in med school. Like really jumping in both feet, studying kind of the lifestyle, getting good study partners. Highly recommend finding someone to study with. A lot of people like big groups, like 4 or 5 people. That doesn't really work for me. Like I'm either like a solo studier or a 1 to 2 person studier. Because I feel like if there's more than that, you can get lost in the crowd, kind of, you know, shuffled to the back. Maybe that's just me. There's always someone there answering the questions. Like, oh, first me. I'm like, everyone can do what they want. But personally, small study groups, bueno. But yeah, our next section is MCM, all these acronyms, molecular and cellular mechanisms. My undergraduate was in microbiology, so I feel like I'm pretty familiar with, you know, these things like, I don't know, glycolysis, Krebs cycle, stuff like that. So I don't want to get cocky or anything. I don't want to be overconfident, but I feel like, I could probably do this one alright too. Just study. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be a genius to go to med school. All you have to do is study hard, work hard, and you can do it. There's my last 2 cents right there. So hey, if you want to go to med school, you feel like you're not the smartest guy in the room, that's probably a benefit because you're not going to get overly confident and you're going to study your butt off. Oh yeah, something cool I learned in medical school this week. This week. I know I learned something cool. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So stretching, you know, you go running, exercise, you stretch afterward, right? Well, you're supposed to. You can Google it if you really want a lot of detail. But there's sections called sarcomeres, that make up your muscles. So when you're stretching, if you have more sarcomeres, which means your muscles are longer, it's easier to stretch. Well, I don't know if that's exactly how it works perfectly. Little kids can grow those sarcomeres, or people still growing can grow their sarcomeres at a much faster rate than someone who's older, like me. So if you want to stretch, you want to become really flexible, start when you're young. I don't know if that was super cool, but yeah. But thanks guys for watching. Hopefully this video doesn't get too dark or anything too quick. And stick around, subscribe, more videos coming. See you next week, MCM. Let's do it. I went on a run the other day and I found a grasshopper on the road. Yeah.